I felt nothing. Imagine a man carrying a bag full with stones, heavy load. You see that man and you want to help him. You look at him and you say, brother, you don't need to carry those stones. You can leave that bag. What if that man looked at you like you're completely crazy and said to you, what's your problem, man? Are you stoned or something? I'm not carrying any stones. And even if I'm carrying them, I've been carrying them all my life, so I'm okay with that. And this man just keeps on walking, completely unaware of the heavy load he's carrying. But what if that person was you? I carried those stones for 15 years, and I can tell you from experience, it's really heavy. And I was completely unaware of it. 7 years ago, I came to the Netherlands. My parents brought me to the airport. I didn't miss them. A little bit later, my grandfather died. And I didn't feel anything. 4 years ago, my best friend died. Nothing. I didn't cry. What was wrong with me? I loved them so much. I cared. Why didn't I feel sad? Four years ago is also the time when I started meditating. You know, sitting on the ground for 5 to 10 minutes, just trying to clear my head, relax, become zen. And 2 years ago, while I was meditating, I could feel a very strange sensation on my face. So I took the mirror and I looked, and I saw this angry face looking back at me. And I was scared. I didn't know what it was. It actually took me years to realize that many of us carry suppressed emotions, especially anger and sadness. Anger, because it's not politically correct to express it at work or at school. You cannot just get angry without getting any consequences for that, right? And sadness, because we're all supposed to be happy nowadays, right? Hey, how are you? I'm great. And you? Yes. And also because as little boys, especially as men, we learn from society and from our fathers that we cannot show any emotion, that we need to be strong. We cannot show weakness, we need to be hard. And we do that. We learn to hide our emotions. We learn to suppress them. We learn to become emotionless men. And we pay a price for that. Just like the man carrying that load and those stones will pay a price after many years. We too pay a price. I didn't feel anything. And one of the ultimate prices that people pay for suppressing their emotion is depression. If you don't trust me, ask your local psychologist. And how many of us know people who are depressed? I do. Sad, right? I struggled with that for a couple more years, and finally, 6 months ago, I found my solution. Actually, I went through a very hard breakup with a girl I really loved. And that day, while I was sitting down and meditating, the wall just cracked, and I started crying. And I cried, and it felt great, and it felt amazing, and it felt so relieving that I could finally put that bag of stones on the ground, just for a little bit. And since that day, I've been crying almost every single day. At the beginning, I was keeping it secret because I didn't want to know anybody. I didn't want anybody to know that I'm crying, right? But it felt great. It felt good. I didn't know what I was doing. But after some months, I decided I want to come out of the closet. I want to share with my best friends that I'm doing that. And one of them got really curious, actually. He was like, man, tell me more about it. How do you do it? He felt that he might be needing it because he's been suppressing emotions. And by the way, a great question that you can ask yourself if you don't know if you're carrying suppressed sadness is, when was the last time you cried? For him, it was 5 years ago. For me, it was 15 years ago. And yeah, and I told him, man, don't worry, it's very simple, very easy, you can do it. All I need to do is go home, put my headphones on, put some emotional scene from a movie, put some emotional song, and just try to relax, think of something I'm sad about, and I try to let go. And it usually works every single time, and it feels great. And of course, he was a little bit worried because we as guys, we don't want other people to know that we are crying. So he was worried what will his housemates think of him, and he was worried what other people will think if they knew that he's crying. And I understand. I had the same doubts in the beginning and the same fears. And in the beginning, I was just doing it alone when I was at home. But then, you can imagine when you live with other people, it might be a little bit difficult to carry on doing that in privacy. So I decided I need to tell my housemates. And it was a little bit scary, but you know what? They were really supporting. And you'll find that other people will find it completely normal that you need to cry. They'll find it as part of the human nature and human experience, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. And they'll actually support. They say, of course you can cry as much as you want. Even my housemate told me, you can even cry, come and cry with me, for which I'm very, very, very grateful. And yeah, what I'm trying to tell you, am I trying to tell you that you need to cry right now? All I'm trying to tell you, my friend, is that if you think that you might be carrying this bag of heavy stones and you want to keep on carrying it, I just invite you and even encourage you to drop it just for a second, just to see how it feels. All you need to do is go home, go somewhere where you feel safe, put some emotional scene from a movie, put some emotional music that touches your heart, think of something which you might have suppressed, some sad moment from your life, and just try to let go. I can promise you, if you do that, you'll feel much better, you'll feel relieved, and you feel light. Now, drop that back and throw those stones. Enjoy. Hey there, thank you very much for checking the video. If you enjoyed it, click like and subscribe, and also turn on the notifications so you know when I upload a new one. And by the way, if you haven't seen the previous episode, then click here, it's pretty awesome. All right, have a nice day and see you soon.